welcome to this episode of Upcycling with Deb, where we teach you how to take what you've got and make it better. I'm your host, Deb Colameta, and you can reach me at Deb Colameta on Instagram and Twitter, or you can find me on the website, thedebsite.com. I also teach at Northeastern University, and I wrote a #1 best-selling book called Best Offer, Best Life. And in that book, I talked about a very special place. Today, we are doing our very first on-location episode of Upcycling with Deb. And we couldn't be in a more appropriate place for upcycling, my sister's closet. And technically, it's located here in Stoneham, but they do ship pretty much anywhere. So you can check them out on Instagram and see that they have the most amazing pieces all the time. And today I have Caroline DiCicco, and she is an extraordinary stylist, and she's helped me with choosing many outfits, and she's got an amazing eye for just knowing what things go together and how things should look. So thank you so much for taking time to talk with us about some trends. Can you tell us a little bit about some fashion trends that you see for 2020? What are some hot trends that you see coming up?
Well, we're seeing a lot in terms of suiting. So we're seeing a lot of reinvented suits, like different types of cuts and also different insets of panels of different materials. So you're going to see kind of a reinvented suit. You're also going to see the crisp white shirt reinvented as well. So you'll see like different proportions of that and also different necklines as well. Kind of like a different take on the classics that will take us through 2020.
Excellent. And how about for colors? Do you see any color trends? Like sometimes gray is big, or what do you see for color trends?
You're going to see some pretty bold colors. You're going to see big, kind of oversized florals and some bright pinks and bright oranges and bright purples. Mm-hmm. So you're going to see a lot of bold colors and bold patterns as well.
It's funny because whenever I don't wear a ton of color, but whenever I do, in the wintertime especially, I find that people compliment it. They're so craving color where people...
Oh yeah, definitely cheers everyone up.
What about, like, do you know any good nail polish colors that are trending? Or
we're probably going to see some periwinkle. Still like the taupes and the nudes as you usually do, but I see like some cool tones coming up for 2020 for sure.
Well, speaking of color, I actually learned something tonight from Caroline. She was putting together an outfit for me, and I do some pictures for my sister's closet, or I'm the subject of the pictures, and Caroline takes the pictures, and she makes me look pretty.
You're beautiful, Deb.
She's got a magic camera and a magic eye. So you gave me an outfit, and it was a navy and black. And I couldn't believe it. It looked so good together, and I thought that was a rule that we weren't supposed to break. So tell me about that.
It's
okay?
Definitely an old school way of thinking for sure. It's kind of like everyone who says like don't wear white after Labor Day. It looks extremely chic when you take black and navy together because it kind of breaks up the black, because a lot of people, me included, love to wear black monochromatic, but the navy kind of gives it that extra added element of interest, and it's a very chic way to pair the color because navy really is a neutral too.
And it looked so beautiful, so I can't wait to see
it. It looked really good
pictures
on you too.
One of the things that I like to do is repurpose things, and of course the name of the podcast is Upcycling with Deb. Can you think of any trends that maybe were popular years ago that are coming back this season, so people like me can repurpose
Oh, for sure. With athleisure being so big, that's going to kind of continue on, so we're seeing a lot of like Champion, a lot of Adidas, a lot of those things kind of come back that you haven't really seen so popular since probably, I imagine, the 90s. So you're going to see that continue through. You're going to see a little bit of a nod to like more like handmade things. So you're going to see things with like some finer details and embroidery and stuff like that that maybe you think about way back when like maybe like your mom or your grandma made for you, and haven't thought about it in a while, but that's going to be kind of re-emerging in 2020 for sure.
Like this style where it's just a little bit poofy here, and it's kind of a throwback to maybe movies that I saw maybe from the 80s or
for sure. And even like some like more colonial elements, like very subtly you'll see in like some necklines and even some like wrist details too.
Yeah, very flattering, and I love little details in clothing.
It gives things like a nice subtle added interest.
A lot of the things that I wear on during the podcast or to my workshops are from my sister's closet. I always have at least one piece from my sister's closet, and I've had many outfits that are head to toe that I've either borrowed or purchased. And people are always like, "Wow, where'd you get that outfit?" And it's incredible because one of the points of my talk is that you can live in a luxurious way without spending top dollar. Think of recycling and what someone might be wearing if they were someone who was for the environment, and maybe you think of cargo pants and hiking boots, and then I say, I'm an environmentalist because my outfit is recycled. It was previously owned, it didn't go into a landfill, and it's designer wear.
That's such a great point, Deb. I'm super happy that you brought that up, because actually the fashion industry, and specifically the fast fashion industry, has a huge impact upon the environment. So consignment is a really great way to positively impact the environment.
I didn't know there was a term for it, so the fast fashion. I sometimes call it disposable clothing.
Oh yeah,
because even for my kids, I'll put them in, if I get hand-me-downs from friends, the ones that are the higher end labels just look extraordinary. They look like they're absolutely brand new. The pajamas wash beautifully, and some of the other things I get that are kind of cheap, they fall apart, and I can't pass them
and then
forward.
You have to go buy new ones, and it's just very wasteful. So I think this is a great way to treat yourself, because you can get something nicer than you normally would, and you're paying probably something like 70% off.
Even during the talk, I'll tell what the retail value for my outfit might be, and it could be many hundreds of dollars, but yet I've spent maybe $150 or less on the outfit, and that always gets a big gasp. One thing I wanted to talk to you about too, I don't know, this happens to me sometimes where people look down their nose at me a little bit and they say, "Oh, that's consigned," and it drives me crazy. Do you ever get that?
I have, actually. Honestly, I feel like all the pieces look like $1 million, and I'll tell people like, "Oh yeah, I got consignment," and really it's people either, bought too many or they wore it once, and honestly, a lot of people take very good care of their things.
Right.
Maybe they never wore it at all. It's probably new with tags.
It's annoying to me because, I do reveal it because I feel like I'm proud of it. I feel like I love sharing when I get a bargain, and I especially love saying that I got things here at my sister's closet. People don't understand until they come into a store like this. They think, "Oh, you're getting something that was used." But so many times I buy something from Jessica, the owner here, and it still has the original tags on it. And we've all done it. We've all bought things that were impulse buys, and we thought, "Oh, we'll wear it to an event." The event passes, we don't end up wearing it, and then the moment has passed, but you don't want to necessarily donate it. So I wrote about this in the book. I love taking my best pieces, and I come here and I drop them on the counter, and Jessica says, "Okay, let me try to sell this." Many times I'll make money on what I drop off, and then I get the credit, and I get to turn it in for Louis Vuitton bags, and so it's a pretty awesome cycle.
I love that it doesn't impact the environment negatively. I love that. I know she works so hard. She meticulously goes over every single item, make sure it's in great condition.
It feels good, and it makes it more fun too when I know that I haven't spent over $1,000 on an item. And, and, I feel like a lot of things that I get are 80% off or more. I also love that it's a curated collection. So somebody has given it a stamp of approval.
Yeah, totally.
Probably Jessica. And that helps me because I'm not fashion gifted. I need a lot of guidance. I need a stylist to help me figure out what I need to be wearing. So you get that kind of attention with a small business like this where somebody puts their whole heart and soul into it.
she's so thoughtful about what she takes in, and I find like I'll go places with my friends and they'll ask me, oh, where'd you get that sweater, where'd you get those leggings, where'd you get that dress, and I tell them, well, you're probably not going to find the same one.
That's another benefit of shopping consigned clothes, whether it's for kids or adults, is that you do typically have a unique look. So you're not going to walk into a cocktail party and probably no one else is going to have your dress because you found it and it was one of a kind instead of just one on a rack with 12 sizes, and makes it more unique. But I just love coming here and browsing around and just dreaming of some of these bags.
Yeah, I love it too.
Pretty special. Thank you, Caroline. You are an amazing stylist and photographer, and I really appreciate your time today. Thank you again to Jessica Damon, owner of My Sister's Closet, located at 268 Main Street in Stoneham, right off both 93 and 95. Thank you to the audience for giving us your most valuable asset, your time. And thank you to Stoneham TV for once again hosting us. My name is Deb Colameta. You can reach me at Deb Colameta on Instagram and Twitter. The website is thedebsite.com. Check out my #1 best-selling book on Amazon, Best Offer, Best Life. And we'll be back next time with more tips, tricks, and hacks on how you can start upcycling to get your best life.